So we're gonna go to our second question. All right. Our second question is, what is the best poor food?
Poor. Poor for anyone
just
out there who has a terrible hearing apparatus.
Po. Just
What's the best?
P-O.
What's the best po
It's the
food?
best PO
Apostrophe.
food. Oh,
Po.
P-O apostrophe. There you go.
yeah.
All right. And what we mean by that is like you only should get this if your money is not big enough. All right. All right.
Balling on a budget.
Definitely balling
Yeah.
on a budget.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, if your money ain't right, this will make it tight.
Yeah. First person going is CJ.
Yeah, you bitch. All right. All right.
Hey, you
I'll say,
bitch.
all right. I'll say the best food you can have when you pour it is bread. I think
Every time he says it.
yeah, bread, motherfucker. Yeah. When we were growing up, we made sure there's two things we always had in the house: toilet paper, bread. No matter what, always had toilet paper and bread. And because bread is like it's cheap as shit and it's super versatile. There's like 1,000,001 different combinations of sandwiches you can make. Plus,
Name them. Name them all.
You can make other things like you can use it for you can use it for stuffing, make French toast, make some French toast. But yeah, French toast is delicious. It's weird, but that shit is it's just the most versatile food you can do. You can have there's multiple combinations. You won't eat this. You won't have to eat the same thing fucking like multiple times, multiple days in a row, and it'll fill you up. And it's cheap as dirt.
All right, Evan, it's on you.
It's hard to disagree with CJ with this because I'm actually a guy who likes to eat a lot of bread. That's why I'm fat. I'm telling you guys, a lot of bread. I'm the kind of guy who will go to Walmart and get a $1 fresh loaf of French bread and sit there with a tub of garlic spread and just eat the whole fucking loaf in 10 minutes.
Can you tell us which Walmart you're doing that at and when?
Well, I don't eat it at the Walmart, Joe. I go home.
Well,
Yes,
because they don't have a food court yet. That's why.
But CJ, to be honest with you, bread ain't it, man. Bread gets moldy. You can't have bread sit around in your cupboard for 6 months until the next time you need poor food.
Why is it in your cupboard? Put it in the freezer.
Not if I open it already.
Yeah.
But
if it's open, it don't last that long.
No shit, that's what I said.
No, we eat it, motherfucker. Like, why you got bread sitting in your cupboard for that long?
When I think of bread, I think of yes, you're right. It's for sandwiches. It's for toast. It's for soaking up wet. If you're out of paper towels, you can put some bread on it. But hey, it's not the best poor food. But I will say this: you can get it on Wick, so you might be onto something, CJ. But with that being said, it's hard to argue bread because I actually like bread. So I'm going to pass it to Joe.
Kind of bread is my question.
He's about to say marble rye.
Yeah, no,
he's not. He
any
doesn't look
type of
Jewish.
bread. I'll go through a regular loaf. It'll take me like maybe 2 or 3 days.
White bread, wheat bread, sourdough, what?
Oh, either white bread or wheat bread. Sourdough bread, we keep that in the freezer for a while for special occasions.
Okay.
Birthday bread, sourdough.
Yeah. Yeah, that's our Christmas bread.
Okay, here's what I have against bread. First of all, until the pandemic, when everyone was making it at home, commercial bread is filled with a bunch of freaking chemicals. And it's what they call enriched, right? So the end result of eating bread is that the chemicals in there make you want more bread, which I guess in your case is probably a plus. But for me, it's not, because I have an addictive personality, and that's just not going to work. Also, bread kills ducks. No, it doesn't, but it's bad for them. Bread is basically the worst junk food that ducks can have.
I think that's Alka-Seltzer.
Well, no, Alka-Seltzer would make them feel better. Bread does for ducks basically what it does for you, is it fills you up, but it gives you no nutrients.
Yep.
And then what happens after? You want more bread. So
and you get fat.
Where's my satisfaction there? At least when I drink alcohol, I don't want more. Oh, well, Wait a minute.
Why you keep showing me the alcohol, man? You know what?
What's the same active ingredient in alcohol and bread?
Wheat.
Love.
Yeast.
He said love.
I don't know where you're drinking, but please let me know.
I guess love and yeast kind of go hand in hand. Ain't that right, CJ?
All right.
Hey.
I'm gonna go. Next. So I don't have a problem with bread, because one problem with this argument is that listen. Maybe y'all do it, but I can't eat bread by damn self. I cannot. You will never see me eat bread by itself ever. You will never see me eat bread by. I can make a sandwich. I can make a choke sandwich, which is a PB&J. But
what'd you call it?
A choke sandwich.
Like CHOKE.
Yeah, because it choked the shit out of you. It's a choke sandwich. That's what we call it on the East Coast. It's called a choke sandwich.
Okay. All right. Sounds like foreplay. I'm gonna give you a choke sandwich.
So I can't eat it by myself. Like I said, I get a choke sandwich. I can make a grilled cheese sandwich, but I can't. But I will never eat bread like by itself. Period. That's just me. Next is Joe.
Oh, my choice. Here's the situation. Young college freshman, 1979, Ohio, at a university where they have meal coupons. Well, somehow, when the late night deli being open caused me to run through my meal coupons 2 weeks early. My parents, somehow unsympathetic to my plight, will not send money for more meal coupons. In retrospect, good idea on their part. What did I have? I had $15 left for food the last 2 weeks of the quarter. What did I do? I went and bought as many boxes of Kraft macaroni and cheese as I could. And you know what? I made it. I'm here today. I survived.
And you're not fat.
How much do it cost? Like 79 cents? Like 60 cents? Something like that?
Actually, they were running a special, and it was 5 for $2.
Nowadays, you can get a 5-pack for like $3 anytime.
This was the old days. This was 50 years ago, maybe.
This was when gas cost me a quarter.
No, it was 40 years ago. It's 40 years ago.
Damn.
So there's a tip from your grandpa, kids.
All right, so I'm gonna go first. Again, most of the stuff on here, all the stuff on here, I can't really argue with because they're all delicious. The only thing I have about mac and cheese is I can't eat mac and cheese
by itself.
No, I can't eat the shells. I can only eat shelled mac and cheese. That's it. I cannot eat. I cannot eat crap by itself. I need to be shells, or I cannot eat it at all. All right, Evans, on you.
All right, so the fast food industry ruined mac and cheese for me. Just pure mac and cheese. Since quarantine started, we've spent a lot of money on Grubhub, DoorDash, and Uber Eats. And I'll tell you what, Roadhouse's mac and cheese, Buster's mac and cheese, Albertsons and Safeway's mac and cheese are fucking good. So it ruined the ability to make just plain old Kraft mac and cheese for me. My wife will make it for the kids and her, and I'll eat a little bit here and there. I can eat 2 boxes by myself if I'm hungry. But for me, I personally prefer mac and cheese as part of my thing that I call slop. It's macaroni, cheese, ground beef, and tomato sauce mixed together. Beef-a-roni, basically, as Chef Boyardee calls it. So I don't see mac and cheese as a poor person food because I don't eat it, at a last resort. I'll eat it, as an actual meal that I'll make for a family of 5. So it's, for me personally, mac and cheese doesn't seem like a poor person meal to me because there are so many expensive, good varieties of mac and cheese.
There's actually a place in Philly. It's just all mac and cheese. Yeah,
like I said, mac and cheese is not bad at all. But the fast food industry has ruined Kraft mac and cheese for me because I've tasted the finer life and I want that.
Well, admittedly, in the 40 years since I was in college, it's kind of become a thing.
Oh, right.
All right, CJ's on you.
Yeah, mac and cheese. It's not really considered a poor person food, but like if you try to use it that way, it's horrible. That's like the most boringest fucking shit.
Says the guy who chose bread.
Like, if you're eating mac and cheese like every meal, like every time, eat mac and cheese fucking every fucking day, though, dude, I'll kill somebody. I'll get on my nerves. I can't do
Motherfucker,
it.
you chose bread.
Yeah, and bread can be a million different things and not have the same thing fucking twice. Mac and cheese, you can put stuff in it, but it's still just mac and cheese. No matter what you do to it, it's still just plain mac and cheese. Mac and cheese with hot dogs. Mac and cheese, mac and cheese with steak. Mac and cheese, but like, it's still just mac and cheese with extra stuff in it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Nigga, I make some kid, man. You got to.
Mm-hmm. All right. I'm going next with the food. And I chose rice. All right. Now, rice is some of the cheapest shit you can buy. All right.
How much is it for a box of rice?
Who buys a box of rice?
7 cents.
I have 2 boxes of minute rice in my pantry right now. The 10-cup boxes. We make a lot of rice. So how much is a box of rice, DeAndre?
I don't buy rice. I buy the whole bag. People buy rice in the bag. They're putting my rice in the damn box. Rice in the big ass 4-pound bag so you lift weights with it. Like so.
Remember, it's for poor people.
Yes, rice in the bag. So here's the things you can do with rice. I do a rice personally. You can put butter on rice.
Butter rice is good.
Rice is good. I keep saying this every episode, but I'm not the most healthiest person alive. But
really,
you could put sugar on rice.
Yep.
What?
Sweet rice is delicious.
I put butter and sugar.
Yeah, sure, it's delicious.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Yeah, you can.
Okay.
Also, you can put any meat you want with it if you have.
Damn
it.
right.
Yep. You got ground beef. You can do it with it. A chicken. You can do it with it.
Pork. Chicken's arguably the best.
Pork you can do it with it. Beef you can do with it. Now, if you want to do fried rice, so again, I'm out here, but in Philly, there's a Chinese restaurant on every corner in Philly. Literally, you go there in the urban parts of Philly. There's a Chinese restaurant, and fried rice, regular fried rice is only $2. And it's like this big. Rice is delicious, and that is my argument. CJ, you first.
All right. Yeah, there's not much I can say about this because that is a great choice. Yeah, you can get a fucking huge ass bag of rice, fucking for change.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, if you make a rice dish, you have to eat it like right in there. Like reheating rice is the most horrible thing, dude. It gets all chalky and crunchy, and if you mix it up with something else, then it can become like slimy and gelatinous and shit. Yeah, it's like if you don't eat it right in that one sitting, yeah, it's done for you. I'll just toss that shit.
All right, Evans, or you?
DeAndre, you might get the Evan Award for the best answer for this choice because rice is pretty good. It'd be against my culture as an Asian man to say that bad things about rice. So I'm going to go ahead and pass it to Joe because this is the one topic I can't slander rice, man. I love rice. I can't. As a Japanese man, dude, so much of my culture revolves around the consumption of rice. And it was one of the biggest crops, that was exported from Asia in general. There's a lot of things you can do with rice food-wise, so it's very hard for me to discredit rice. And with the respect of myself as an Asian man, I'm just going to politely decline.
Well, Joe's on you.
I'm going to figure out something bad to say while I'm saying something good. Your Philly thing reminded me. So I travel for work a lot, and when I go somewhere and I find a good place, I write it down and try to keep it because I want to go back the next time. And the last time I was in Philly was like 2 years ago. I went to a place called May in Old City, and they had like this fried rice appetizer with Peking duck on it, and it blew my mind, and it was fantastic. There is a ton of things that you can do with rice. My personal beef is people leaning on rice as only using like white rice, like because there's a ton of different varieties out there.
Mm-hmm.
I love wild rice. So
I love jasmine rice.
Jasmine rice is good.
I can't and beans and rice if that's a poor food you have to have, it has a lot of complex carbs.
I've had that plenty of times.
So the bad thing I'm going to say is that other people, not you, don't understand the variety that rice offers. How's that for a backhanded
Backhanded compliment.
Because I have to disagree. So there you go.
All right. Last but not least, Evan, you next.
So the best balling on a budget meal, as I would like to say, is a meal that I could feed myself 3 meals a day for 75 cents. That's noodles. Okay. If you were to go to Walmart right now, walk down like aisle 16, is a whole selection. Well, not now because people are grubby and decided to quarantine stock everything. So there's no top ramen left, whatever. But 24 cents a package. Okay. When I go shopping for groceries, I pick up a full case. That's 24 packages. They'll be gone in 2 weeks. I eat 2 at a time, sometimes 3. My kids eat 1 or 2 at a time. 24, like if I was poor, you know, if I was out there asking for change, something like that, and I had hot water somehow, some way, 1 package of top ramen, 24 cents, 3 of them a day, 75 cents.
All right. I'm going to go first because me personally, I don't know about them, but me personally, it's going to be hard to, why are you eating that? All right. So I don't know about them, but it's going to be hard for me to talk bad about this. All right. Let's say good things. Top ramen, well, we call them oodles and noodles in the East Coast. So oodles and noodles, top ramen, noodles, period, got me through college. It did.
Max.
It got me through college. That's literally all I ate. That and pizza. It got me through college. With that being said, it is probably out of the 4 the most unhealthy thing you can eat, especially eating that shit 3 times a day. The sodium in that right there will destroy your body. All right, it will destroy your body. I know I say it a lot, so but I know that will destroy your body. And another thing I don't like is people don't know how to cook oodles and noodles. All right. They don't. Some people don't. Okay, I know people they boil it first and then dump the water in. Well, listen, me being from Philly, right? We can tell, especially around the urban area, I can tell you, damn near 80 different ways to make top ramen, and what seasoning, not just the packet seasoning, but what other seasoning you have in your cupboard you put on. Yes. However, and I have some friends, shout out to some friends that have been in jail before. And they know how to make something called chi-chis, all right? And chi-chi is basically a top ramen mixed with Cheetos and hot flame Cheetos and other stuff, and they put it together, and it's like they're making a bunk. Like that shit is amazing.
Prison burritos too.
Yeah. So that's my only thing bad about it. People don't know really how to make top ramen. If you can make top ramen great, then it's good. But if you can't make it that good, then it's a snack.
Dre, you brought up the sodium content. I just looked on the back of package of that random brand of ramen. I'm not saying who it is. 720 milligrams.
And there's 4 servings in that package, by the way.
31% of your daily value in 1 package of random branded ramen.
All right.
And by the way, Joe, 2 servings per container in this one.
Oh, I was kidding. I actually thought there was 1, but
there's literally nobody that's going to just share their top ramen with anybody. You will share your top ramen?
No. And now, okay, so now I'm going to be the story guy. My son Jonathan is a fucking tank. Okay, dude does not look like a 2.5-year-old kid who's almost 3. He looks like he's 5 years old. He's that short, but he's big. Okay, I cannot make top ramen or any kind of ramen variety without making an extra package because my son will come over to me and be like, "What's up? You got some of that for me?" If I don't, smack me on the chest.
But you're not sharing it with him though. You're not sharing that 1 packet. You're making a packet for him, in fact, for you.
Oh, I misunderstood the question. My bad. But yeah, if he wanted some, I would give him some of my top ramen as well. But that's just the fatherly instinct in me.
I'm going to go back to my college story about mac and cheese. Mm-hmm. I had the $15. There was guys who had $5, and they did ramen. They actually didn't make it through the rest of the semester. They ended up getting all incompletes, and they went home. And I visited last year, and a guy's a barista now. So, just take what you want from that. I'm not saying that it was all a straight line from here to there, but, things happen.
Ramen makes you quit college.
Just saying.
Ramen brings upon hard times.
Draw your own conclusions.
All right, CJ's on you.
I don't know. Yeah, no. After I got out of the Marine Corps, I lived on top ramen for months, and I gotta say, yeah, it's good for the money, but there wasn't as much variety back then as there is now. So it got boring as shit. No matter how much I seasoned it up, because it was eating 3 meals a day, every day. And if I was extra hungry and I needed a snack, more top ramen. Yeah, months of that just, I went crazy.
I will say
Like
this.
I see why people spend college with that shit. Yeah, I won't choke a bitch. But,
I will say this though.
Like you said, if you cook it wrong too, and you mess it up, yeah, you're screwed.
Mm-hmm.
No, facts. You can cook top ramen wrong.
Right there. He's messed up.
Mm-hmm. I will say this though. Anyone watching this, if you guys are in a struggle, it's not a shame to live off these foods. You got to survive. Period. Point blank. We call them poor foods, but realistically, you got to do what you got to do to survive. So don't take this as any kind of slight at people who can only afford this stuff. Realistically, all 4 of these fucking foods are delicious. So don't take this in a bad way, thinking that if this is all you can feed yourself or your children, there's nothing wrong with that. Things will get better, but just know that these are all good choices. So please don't feel like we're trying to slight anybody who has to live on these types of items.
And some of us, and to piggyback off what Evan said, some of us had to live off. But listen, me being in Philly, I grew up very poor, and that's all we had. We noodles, and hot dogs, pork and beans and hot dogs, bread, mac and cheese, rice. Man, that's all we had. We grew up on WIC. We grew up on welfare checks. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, some of us are doing better, like we're doing better now, but it's so don't listen. This is just for us to debate. We're not trying to make anybody sad, mad, or irritated. Man, to do what you got to do to survive.
Facts.